The boat behind me is a 53-foot Dutch steel Explorer cruiser. Now what do I mean by that? Well, this is a boat that's designed to go anywhere. It's actually up for sale with Berthons in Newington, and they said this would be a great boat for me to come and have a look at. Now the whole purpose of this boat is to be like a mini ship. It's super tough, it's made of steel. In fact, this steel here is 6mm thick, so it is pretty indestructible. And in fact, it's also very deep in the water. You can see it's actually got about 7 foot of draft. So it really sits right down into the water. These are stabilizer fins on the side, and then you've got a fully enclosed propeller back here. So again, if it ever to hit anything with the keel, it would take it down and under the propeller to protect it. And in fact, it also has a wing engine. Now what I mean by this is this little fella here is a completely separate shaft. And what that does is it's a smaller backup engine. So if you have a problem with your main engine, that's your get your home device, completely independent. But you need to see on board of this because the whole little ship theme runs through the whole boat, and it's absolutely fantastic. Let's go and have a look. So from here you can get a much better impression of the superstructure of this boat. It's really got that little ship vibe. It almost looks like a little tugboat, although a lot more elegant, obviously. So we're going to step on board and, in time-honoured Aquaholic tradition, give you the full tour. Here we go. So I think what we'll do is head inside first, do the interior, and then we'll come around on the outside and do the decks and the upper areas. So let's head down here. Really wide side decks. I love these very high chunky rails, so you feel very safe as you move around this boat. And our way in is here. Now these big waterproof catches that lock this door firmly shut set the tone for what this boat is all about. This is designed to go out and stay out almost irrespective of weather. It's a proper serious offshore bruiser, and that's what they mean by Explorer yacht. It's designed that you can just go and keep going and be very self-sufficient and handle pretty much any weather. So this takes us into the wheelhouse. There's a massive chart area over on this side, which is something you very rarely see. That fella up there, obviously it's got windscreen wipers as you can see, but this is a clear screen. What this does is this spins at really, really high speed, so anything that touches it immediately gets thrown off it. So if you're punching through big green waves that your wipers just can't cope with, that will always be clear. You always have a view out. Okay, so your controls are over here. You've got 2 sets of engine controls because of course you have 2 engines. You've got that wing engine as well. And over here is the radar and your controls for the stabilizers. So this boat, although it doesn't look it, was actually commissioned in 1998, so it's quite a traditional boat, but what a fantastic looking thing. I think what we're going to do, in fact, is we'll head forward first of all, and then we'll work our way back. So steps down. Now this, again, something you don't normally see on motorboats, is a proper navigation station. When you're planning your big passages, this is the place to do it. Look at that. And we expect it on a large sailing boat. You don't expect it on a boat like this, and that's just amazing. Look at the chart there now. So that's a great area for your passage planning. And then ahead of that, we have got guest cabin. 2 beds, really good size actually, loads of space in there. And that has got a doorway here through to an ensuite. Now that is actually ensuite to the forward cabin as well. So obviously the trick with that is when you're using it, obviously lock both doors because the forward cabin is through here. 2 single beds again, and that is the doorway through to the same area. Up here you've got a big hatch up above for ventilation, also an escape route. In fact, you can see there's a little step there so you can work your way up. If you ever need to get out in a hurry, you could do. But again, great little cabin. Actually, there's one more thing to show you just while I'm here. You might notice there's another door just here. That is your laundry area. And when was the last time you saw a boat with an ironing board on it? Look at that. Proper liverboard stuff, this. Okay, let's head on aft. So back through this wheelhouse. There's another door on the other side. This takes you back out, of course, to the other side deck. And these are these massive, solid latches that really wedge this door shut and make it totally storm-proof. There's 2 of those. There's another one down here. I say it's all about serious offshore capability. But when you're in harbour, you've you've got this fabulous social area. So it's a big saloon and your galley is opposite. It's all electric cooking. Big windows all the way around, plenty of light. But that offshoreness extends to these big handrails everywhere. So when you're walking around the boat, if it's rough, you've got something to hang on to. These are not fair weather boats. And if we head down here, we've got the owner's suite. So there's a little lobby area at the bottom. And then the owners get this wonderful aft cabin. Masses of space in there. It's a really good sized cabin. And light too, with these big windows all the way around, and they open so you can have plenty of ventilation in here. And of course there's masses of storage. And this, as you'd expect, has its own ensuite. Separate shower stall, and even a proper towel rail as part of the central heating system. How cool is that? We like that very much. Now normally I'm all about interiors, but on this boat the thing I'm most excited to show you is the engine room, because the engine room on this is fantastic. Okay, so this little innocuous cupboard here is another of those big sturdy waterproof doors with the dog catches on. And if we open that, check this out, look at that. How impressive is that? Now what you're looking at there is a Caterpillar 3306 engine. It's 215 horsepower. It is a proper commercial diesel engine that is designed for tugboats, fishing boats, that kind of thing. It's designed to run at maximum capacity 100% of the time. These are boats that go out and stay out all day and all night. So that is very much in the vein of the Explorer nature of this boat. Now it's not a fast boat, of course. The top speed of this is just over 9 knots, but the big news is the range, because you drop this back to 5 knots, you've got 5,000 miles of range. So when I say it's an Explorer, it really is. Now I mentioned on the outside that it had a wing engine, and that you can see just next to it. If I just put the camera around here, there's a little Vitus diesel there. Now that's a 56 horsepower engine. It's a get you home device. It's really not for normal everyday running, but it's ultimate redundancy, because if you ever had a real problem that you couldn't solve, which admittedly is pretty rare on an engine like that, you do have that ability to get you where you're going. The generator is in the back as well over there. You can just see the Mastervolt generator just in over there. And then you've got a walkway through. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Now, this gives you some idea of the attention to detail of this owner, because look at this. All the tools all laid out. Whenever you need anything, it's right there. You've got a workbench here with a little vise on it. And the access around this engine is fantastic, because you can come around here, head down this side to that little engine, or to get onto this side of the engine. Oh, it's just brilliant. Some serious shipbuilding engineering going on there. Okay, let's head on back out, and I'll take you around the decks. Close that fella back up. Good. So I think we'll head back out the way we came in, largely because that's where my shoes are, and we'll head around the outside. Okay, so foredeck first. Big teak-laid foredeck on this one. And this is the view from the bow. You see what I mean about that little ship vibe. If you've always wanted to own a ship and you're limited to about 50 feet, well then this, I reckon, is as close as you're ever going to get. It's fantastic. That's that other door out from the pilot house. And again, these big wide decks take us back to the back of the boat, and we'll head upwards. Okay, so there's some steps here, and this takes us up to a boat deck. So the first thing that greets us, as you'd expect on a boat deck, is a boat. This is a rib on the back of here, and you can crane this on and off with this derrick just here, which is part of the whole mast system that you can see up above us, but also houses things like the radar, nav lights, spotlights and that kind of thing. And it's actually got a 5 horsepower outboard if you're just nipping into the beach nearby, but there's also a big 25 horsepower outboard just here, which again you can crane on with this. So if you want a bit more performance or go a bit further, you can certainly do that. And then up ahead there's a flybridge area. You've got seating up here, of course, along here. There's cushions that go on here, and then also around here. So on a nice day people can sit up here and enjoy the ride and the view, which is not normally of Berthon's boatyard, but today that's what we've got. There's another helm position up here, of course, so this is a place where you can drive the boat from on nice days and get these fantastic views and a great view out across the front of the boat. So that's it. I think that's a really interesting boat, and I hope you enjoyed that tour. If you have to, give the thumbs up a quick click, and if you hit subscribe and the little bell icon, it'll keep you posted of more videos coming, because we've got some great stuff lined up. Hope to see you on the next one. Catch you again. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.